Hi, I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines, and today we're going to do a first look at the newly redesigned 2024 GX 550. But before we get into that video, make sure you hit like and subscribe for more Lexus related content, and make sure you put in the comments below any other videos that you think we should do. Okay, so getting into the new GX. This is a very highly anticipated vehicle and a very big redesign that we've been waiting for a long time. Now, the first thing that you'll notice when looking anywhere on the internet on the GX is the new color, as well as some new body lines and things like that. One of the most important things about the GX is a rugged, luxury, pretty much full-size SUV. And I remember back when I first started with Lexus, I was given a demo GX by a very generous boss that I had and still have at the time. And I remember I was so excited about it. To me, it was very smooth. It had great presence on the road. And I'll never forget the weekend that I lent it out to a friend of mine who works for another luxury brand. And on the Monday afterward, I said to him, "What did you think of my GX?" And he said it was good, but the interior was a little dated. And that stung very hard because he wasn't super wrong. That GX was absolutely amazing. I loved the V8, but it was a little bit dated. And with this new redesign, we see the exact opposite. We see a much more modern concept, even looking at the rear taillights that have that new bar from going left to right. And actually, it's nice that even with those rear taillights, it doesn't have the same as like an RX or an IS. It's even different from the LX, which I really like. It's a little more boxier, a little more straight across. And there's more jagged lines instead of smooth swooping lines, which I really like. It is supposed to be an off-road vehicle that you can make that still looks luxurious in the city, which is great. We have a couple new colors by the looks of it, some different grays, probably some old colors as well, but the new sand color definitely takes the cake in my opinion. And I think that's gonna be offered only on the Overland of the Off-Road Edition. So that rugged yet refined exterior, I love those squared off edges. It really reminds me of like the G-Wagon. Even the windshield has a big angle to it. It's not super low, it's super tall. And even though the front grille wasn't as aggressive and loud as I was expecting, the rest of the vehicle kind of makes up for it. And being that it's off-road, it shouldn't have a super aggressive big front grille, in my opinion. The most important update for me is that interior, that lush interior. We can see some more appointments, things like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, that new Lexus interface that has been such a big leap forward for the brand. And also some other cool things. I see some suede inserts here that are kind of earthy tones, some nice black interior that's not super over the top with buttons, but still looks like it's updated to the point that if my friend borrowed the new GX, there's nothing he could say about the interior being dated. It's finally ahead. We have 3 rows of seats, except for in the Overland or Off-Road Edition, that's gonna have 2 rows of seats. I don't know if Canada's gonna get the captain's chairs. I hope it does. In previous model years, the States got the captain's chairs in the GX, but Canada didn't. I see some captain's chairs here on the photos, so I'm hoping that we do get it. Nice big screen, comes standard again with that new technology, and it's gonna pair seamlessly to your phone, have some more technology and features that way. The latest Lexus safety system. So the previous GX didn't have the latest system. In fact, it was pretty ancient at the time. But this one's gonna have the Lexus Safety System 3.0. So everything from pedestrian detective to dynamic radar cruise control, all of the things that are gonna make it a safe ride. Now, the biggest decision you will have to make with the new GX is, do you get the off-road sort of Overland with the rugged wheels and the bigger tires, or do you go with something a little more luxurious, like the luxury or executive style, where it's gonna have bigger wheels, a little bit more classier front end, not quite as aggressive styling, and probably more comfortable seats? I really want to be able to say that I can have the best of both worlds. I love that new sand color, but I also love the way the wheels look on any of our executive models in the lineup. That's a little bit more big, a little bit more classy, a little bit more chrome. So that would be a big sort of decision to make. Now, powertrain-wise, you're going to have to, at first, settle for a V6, probably a twin-turbo V6 with a 10-speed automatic transmission, but it won't be that much longer down the road that we'll have a hybrid option of this. I'm hoping it's like a hybrid, sort of like the RX 500H, which got some performance aspect to it, but we'll see what they come up with or what they release at a later date. The only thing that this vehicle is missing, in my opinion, is an F performance package. I think having an F Sport Package GX would be the icing on the cake, but I get that it's not really a sporty SUV. It's more like an off-road rugged SUV, so I can see why Lexus hasn't come up with that yet. That's what we know about the GX so far. In the next coming months, I should be able to get my hands on one and be able to do an in-person drive review, all of that stuff. Super exciting stuff to have an update to the GX, and we'll see if it's as good in person as I expect it to be. Thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Mason from Performance Lexus in St. Catharines, and I'll see you in the next video.